Welcome to Marketecture, where you can get smart, fast, with in-depth interviews of leading technology vendors. I'm Brian Barletta from Sounds Profitable, and I'm here with Scott Simonelli, founder and CEO at Veritonic. Scott, so great to have you here.
Happy to be here, Brian. Thanks for having me.
So before we start, I just want to share a little bit of disclosure. Veritonic is a partner of Sounds Profitable, and we've had the chance to work together for several years now. But I'm incredibly excited to share with you what Veritonic does. So, Scott, kick us off. What does Veritonic do?
It's a great question. So Veritonic is a research and analytics platform for audio. And we've started the company with a vision that it should be audio first. There's a lot of aspects at where brands and advertisers and marketers use audio and use sound. And there has been for a long time, and there always will be. And right now we're really in an interesting phase as it relates to audio advertising. And a lot of our platform and the tools and resources that we provide are around efficacy and measuring and understanding better what you're doing from an audio advertising standpoint. And we also do quite a bit in the sonic branding world and in the voice and music and sound world as well. But audio advertising has been in this last couple of years, and I think certainly for the foreseeable future, a real center of what we're doing. So we're helping advertisers and brands understand where they should be advertising, helping them understand what creative is effective and how people are responding to that, and also helping understand if things worked or didn't work. And that's all done in a quantitative way with audio at the center of it. So the one thing that really stands out at Veritonic and what really differentiates us from really any company that I'm aware of is the core of it. The core of it is we taught a computer to listen like a person. And that we train that machine on saying, well, if Brian hears something that sounds like this, and it has these properties, his emotional response is likely to be this. And we kind of put a number on that. And how does that affect his engagement? How does that affect his kind of feelings over time? And from a recall standpoint, how memorable is it? And what would that do to influence that person's intent? And so those pillars underneath the Veritonic Audio Score inform where our product and our software platform meets our clients and partners. And so that underpinning gives us that audio-first approach. It also helps us understand the content we're analyzing. Right? We didn't take a digital advertising solution and apply it to a podcast. Right? We're very interested in what the content is and what's in that content, and then how that's going to affect the user behavior. And now that's the research part of it. Now there's an analytics part of this as well, which we'll certainly cover. Right? Like, did something happen? And that's very, did this fire? Did that fire? That can be pixels. That can be, pages loading, that sort of stuff. But from an analytics and research standpoint, it has to be underpinned by that audio-first approach. And so then from there, what we want to do is we want to look at the different stages at which somebody needs to answer these questions and get this information. So the first stage is really the research phase. So what we do is, from a competitive intelligence standpoint and from a benchmarking standpoint, we ingest a lot of audio content. Right? We ingest radio ads, we ingest podcast ads, we ingest streaming ads, and we want to apply that scoring framework of the Veritonic Audio Score to all of those. We want to help people understand, where should I be advertising, or what do my competitors' ads sound like, or are my ads doing really poorly, or is my sonic logo unidentifiable, or is the music I'm going to use in my TV ad, how does that stack up versus all these other pieces of music? And so we can take that information and voice as well, and then provide that in our competitive intelligence product. You can see everything from what are people spending on audio advertising to what do their ads sound like, or what kind of audio content do they use. And that gets also audio out of the invisible phase. You can't see it, so you can't scroll through every audio ad easily. And so that's our competitive intelligence piece. That also sets us up for the next phase in what we call creative measurement. Creative measurement's a testing tool, right? So you want to know if you're using the right content at the right place for the right audience, and how effective is it. So if you can compare one thing to another in a statistically significant way, that's great. Ad A is better than ad B, or this is better than that, and I'm 99% confident or 85% confident in that. And I know that based on emotional response, intent, engagement, and recall. This one got a 75, this one got a 74. And that's what creative measurement does. That's the first thing we launched on our platform. What we can do now there is you want to make sure that you're not just comparing A to B, because you could be comparing terrible to worse or comparing great to amazing. And so what we do from that competitive intelligence set and all the data we've processed since 2015 is we benchmark that and provide norms that are there. So yes, my ad, these two ads are different, but how do they stack up to other ads in my industry? How do they stack up to other ads on this podcast network? How can that contextualize the testing that I'm doing? And that's a great tool for pre-market testing, So, it's a great tool for just understanding how your audio content is going to perform. It's also a fantastic tool for sonic branding or any of the audio measurement tools. Like we have a lot of clients who will launch an audio logo that they're going to spend a lot of money on and a whole campaign that goes along with it. And you don't want to do that and find out later that your audio logo isn't any good. So, and how does it stack up to other audio logos and that sort of stuff. But it works for audio ads or any audio content or any voice content. So should I use this voiceover artist over that voiceover artist and that sort of stuff. And so any decision you want to make, that's creative measurement.
Thanks for listening. To hear the complete interview, subscribe at marketecture.tv.